future of the human race. What is the future of the human race? We believe that life arose spontaneously on the Earth, so it must be possible for life to appear on other suitable planets, of which there seem to be a large number in the galaxy. But we don't know how life first appeared. We have two pieces of observational evidence on the probability of life appearing. The first is that we have fossils of algae from 3.5 billion years ago. The Earth was formed 4.6 billion years ago, and was probably too hot for about the first half-billion years. So life appeared on Earth within half a billion years of it being possible, which is short compared to the 10 billion year lifetime of the planet of Earth type. This suggests that the probability of life appearing is reasonably high. If it was very low, one would have expected it to take most of the 10 billion years available.
Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It is your old pal Van Dweller back with more classic Stupid Tetris Monthly. Yes, Stupid Tetris Monthly is back. It has been 2 years since we've done Stupid Tetris Monthly. And back then, they were multi-mode Masters level championships. This time, we're returning with kind of a year-long series, Stupid Tetris Monthly, actually monthly, and we are going to be focusing on one mode every single month that we do this. Now, I can't promise it's going to be every single month, but a lot of months. We are going to be doing an STM challenge. This month is no next box, and that is exactly what it sounds like. Actually, it's not exactly what it sounds like. It's really no next piece, but it has come to be known as no next box. The box is there, the piece is not. So no preview, and you don't think that's hard? That is actually really hard. You think, oh, you're just going to beat it by rolling faster and you're going to max out it easily. No, it is not an easy mode to master, and the world record history of this mode will tell a little bit of that story. Now, this isn't the high score list. This is the no next box record history, the world record progression. The first person we ever know to put up a score and record it was Ben Mullen. That was back in 2012 with a 350,000. And then players like SQR. SQR, we don't know if that's tap, by the way. It might be death. That might be wrong. But players like SQR and Poet and Hydrant Dude and E Flat kind of swapped the record around. Jerpy got the record, and she improved her own record in 2021. But there has been no progression in the world record history for this category until Dog Playing Tetris, I think in the run-up to this event. I don't think it was in the qualifiers for this event. It was not in the qualifiers for this event, but it was in the run-up to this event. Dog did get a world record this month with no next box, and the first player to set that record with the rolling playstyle. So I'm going to be very interested to see if the record could be advanced in this tournament with so many rollers just throwing attempts at it across multiple matches. You might have played with some slow taps. SQR is here. Okay, so that's going to be DAS, right? So DAS with some slow taps is DAS. That's fine. Good to see you here, SQR. But anyway, very interested to see that. I might even put on a bounty. I feel like we should have a bounty if someone breaks the record. Like maybe, I don't know, in this thing. It's not on yet, so don't try. But I don't know. I'm very much thinking about it because I would love to see a 600K. It actually seems kind of impossible. But anyway, this is the no next box record history right there for you to see. No progress in over 4 years. Dog tries it like a couple times, and he's got the record. Okay, so that is a little bit of the context of the kind of scores that are going to be possible in this. Let us take a look at our overall qualifying scores just to, again, set some context so you know what to expect in terms of scores. The highest... Okay, Sebi, look at the bottom. It says that right there. Gerald is claimed to have an unrecorded 611. It says it right there on there. Maybe I'll say that. Gerald Freeman says, I have one, but didn't record it, so there's no proof. Okay. So anyway... just to give you a sense of the qualifying scores in the top 32, these are the average of their best two scores played in a 1 hour qualifying period. It's actually kind of hard to get attempts in 1 hour just because of, you're playing on lower levels, so you just don't get to spam as many attempts. But this will give you a sense of what the kind of scores that we are going to see and what we can get excited about. The match that we have, let's take a look at our bracket, just so you can see how everything lines up. The bracket is going to be headed in the top 16 by Alex T, Dylan, Pixelandy, Oscar, Eyeball, Maisie, Coster, and Dog Playing Tetris. They all have automatic berths into the top 16. Everybody else is fighting it out to get a spot to play against one of these players. And what we are doing tonight, is we're going to be doing the blue round 1, round 2. It's going to be Lucas versus Jojo. The winner versus Shqdw. Bacon says, I actually don't understand why no next box is such a huge detriment. What do you mean this is Tap Masters? This is not Tap Masters. What are you talking about? That is no next box. The previous page? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, right. Why is that Tap Masters? That doesn't make sense. Forget what I just said. That is not a thing. Why is that? Oh, yeah, here it is. All right, here's the top 16. Yeah, here's who's heading the bracket. Dog, Andy, Miles, Jerpy, Shqdw, Fractal, Gerald, and Dylan. So thank you for the correction. Not sure. We'll have to fire the intern who set that page up. We'll fix it for next time, but thank you for that. Okay. So yeah, Dog and Andy, Miles, Jerpy, Shqdw, Fractal, Gerald, and Dylan. Yeah, it's crazy. You know, the best players are also the best players at like all modes of Tetris. Again, here they are. Okay, so we are doing the blue bracket, as I said. Lucas, Jojo, Shqdw. Those are the 3 players. This is all going to feed into a top 16 match with blue Shqdw. So that is your reward for winning this. Let's take a look at our rules, players. There's not a lot of rules, but please do pay attention to them. Where are the rules? Here are the rules. This is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on NTSC consoles. This is a best of 7, so the first player to 4 wins is the winner of the match. Level 9 starts. We weren't sure if we were going to do 12 or 12, 9 or 12. It's 9. 9 is the way to go. Level 9. Next, you'll see me in 3 hours. It'll be fine because they're not going to get that far. Next piece, preview, turn that off. And the way you do that is with the select key. And players, I'm going to make sure that you play a garbage game before we start. Turn the next box off, top that game out, and then we will start. No same piece sets. Why are we not using same piece sets? Because players, we don't want to cause a thing where players slow down, don't push down, and, you know, look at the next piece off the other, or look at the, you know, the players' upcoming pieces off their screen. We don't want to also sully the record book, right? We want these scores to count for no next box. So it's not same piece sets, but it's slow and you're getting best of 7. So if you don't like it, it's Stupid Tetris Monthly. Please do not receive any in-game advice. Do not pause unless the commentator tells you. No other modifications. We are using Jim, though. I guess we're using Jim. I guess you don't have to use Jim. Players, you can use any controller so long as there's no big buttons or turbo functions used, whether electronical or mechanical. Biological turbo only. If you do run into tech issues, do keep playing and we will sort it out. Just keep playing. And the winner gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool, which stands at $1.50. Yes, $1.50 is where we're at. We're going to set a pretty ambitious goal to pay our top 8 $1,000. We will pay our top 8 if we can get to that. If we don't, we'll pay our top 4. If you want to encourage Stupid Tetris Monthly to happen, you know, as many months as possible, if you want to encourage players to keep coming out for it, please consider contributing to the prize pool. You can go to ctm.gg/Matcherino. Does that work? That might take you to the old one. So yeah, I might not actually have this. I might not have this set up yet, actually, because I was kind of scrambling at the last minute to get a lot of this done. So I am going to put this link in chat. So those of you who are like savvy and chat experience, provide this link to people when I mention it, because I don't think I updated the thing. Okay, so, and I'll have it updated for tomorrow. I was really rushing. I was last minute. I did not have anything prepared until today. That's why you're seeing all the cracks. Okay, but anyway, yeah, please do consider using or contributing to the prize pool, use the link I just posted in the chat. Click on that. That'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. Top right-hand corner is where you log in. You can use your existing YouTube or Twitch account to log in. And we do have contribution codes, and those are free to do. 38 left. Though every time one new person clicks that button, 25 cents will be kicked into the prize pool at no cost. So please consider doing that. We got 50 of them, and that would help out a lot. While you're in there, feel free to chuck $1 to $5 or 10 or whatever you got. And thanks to those of you doing codes right now. That is how to support the prize pool, to support the channel. I still have to update this slide, so apologies if you've contributed in the last week or so and you're not on here. You will be on here. I just had nothing ready until today, and I'm scrambling at the last minute to do this. So, but thanks to everybody who is contributing to support the channel. Without this channel, there wouldn't be all these cool tournaments happening nearly every single month. Thanks everybody on the screen right now, and a big shout to Scott, Gray, Jane, The Window, K9, Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Cat Kid, and Mila. We also had another person in that yellow list, and I didn't add them, but thank you, whoever you are. You will get on the list. I just have to update everything, and it's not updated. I'm going to be spending all night in preparation for tomorrow because we do have more streams. Go to the Discord and check out the schedule. It's starting to get filled out. We will have more tomorrow. I think 2 brackets, 1 tap and 1 no next box tomorrow. And yeah, that's it. I don't know. I think I've had enough. I want to begin. So let's go over here and see what we got. And yeah, let me just refresh these streams. I think we're going 20 and 29, right? Yeah, tomorrow is Eric. Okay, and I will fix up the camps. Colin with the $4 contribution. Thank you, Colin. Appreciate that. And we just need Lucas to go live. That would be an exciting thing. And we'll fix these cameras and we'll be all good. Lucas, are you going to go live? I know you're around because you gave me this picture like 20 minutes ago. So I know you're around. You did go live? All right, let me refresh you and we'll get that all going. I'm excited for this. I mean, we have not had STM in a while. All right, there's Lucas. Facecam debut, I am given to understand. So that's it. We're making everybody get on Facecam. It's like my number one goal is just show your beautiful faces, everyone. All right, there's Lucas. And let me just refresh Lucas one more time. Is that why Gerald retired? Because I made him face cam? No, he just hates Tetris. Gerald came back because I bribed him. I said we would do, what was it? No cap November? Was it level 49 cap? I don't remember what it was. But I bribed him. I literally did whatever Gerald said so that he'd come back and show face cam. All right, well, I'm pretty excited for this. Players, I'm going to go ahead and ask you right now to finish your warm-ups. But before you finish your warm-ups, I want you to just toggle your next box on and off with your hands in view. Jojo, your hands are already in view. But just, you know, I just want you to see you waggle it on and off a couple times. Yeah, it'll say round one in a sec. Okay, good. I just want to see you waggle your next box. It's with the select button. All right, good. Perfect. Beautiful. Now turn it off. I didn't know you had a picture of you. I grabbed it from like Silver Bracket. All right, good. That's perfect. But you got to make sure it's turned off, Lucas. Okay. Make sure it's turned off. There you go. All right, players, I'm going to go ahead and as soon as you are ready, there are no same piece sets. So as soon as you are ready, go to the level select screen, hit the ready button, and then we can start. There's no same piece sets. We are using different pieces. Level 9. Okay. Hopefully that ready didn't turn the next box back on. If it did, you're going to accidentally start on 19 at least once. Don't do it. SPS and no next box are supported, but we're not doing it because we don't want players to cheat off each other's boards. We want true no next box experience. All right, players, we're going to go ahead and get you all started. Let us count it down. Stupid Tetris Monthly, no next box will begin right now. Lucas versus Jojo. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. It's going to happen a million times at people's necks, but just turn it off. Just turn it off. That's fine. If you accidentally get one on this first thing, just turn it off. We're not going to sit there and restart, but just leave it off. Okay, we are underway on the left side of your screen. It is our number 20 seed from Taiwan. It is Lucas, who qualified in with a 328,000, seed number 20. And I don't have a ton of information about Lucas. He's got an overall PB of 1.25 million. He was in the future semifinals last month, went out against Evesy, so no shame in that. Evesy, a great player. And a winner of Classic CTM Tier 2 Community Tournament in August of 2024. That is everything I literally know about Lucas, except that he's making his face cam debut. That's literally everything I know. So players here are playing without the next box turned on. And you'll see how difficult it is. The world record was set this month. Dog playing Tetris got like a 560 something. Breaking Jerpy's world record, which was 500 something. So it is a very difficult mode. And I think people are sometimes surprised, especially the lower kind of tiered players are surprised how often they actually do use the next box. We already had people in chat saying, oh, I don't use the next box anyway. I'd be really good at this mode. Yeah, no, you're using it and you don't know it. 41,000 for Lucas, 46,000 for Jojo. Jojo gets a Tetris. Now, Tetris is on level 9. Are worth 12,000 points, right? Level 9 is actually level 10 because there is a level 0. And then 10 times 1,200 is 12,000. So Tetris is here worth 12,000. On the right side of your screen, it's Jojo. Jojo qualified in with a 299,949, so just 51 points away from a 300,000 average qualifier. And those qualifiers are 1 hour qualifiers, our same qualifying scenario, which are or setup, which is a 1 hour qualifier, average of 2 best scores. All right, Jojo, gonna have to block that right side well. Was Tetris ready? And now starting to spire, and these spires can really be the death of you in this mode, because you really, you wait for the piece to drop a few rows before you can decide where it's going to go. And if you've got these spires, it forces you into a situation where you kind of have to decide. You kind of have to just gamble sometimes and say, okay, well, I think it's going to go on the left side of this spire. I think it's going to go on the right, the left, whatever. And then you just go and try to figure it out. But Jojo with a nice cleanup here. 81,000. Jojo from the United States with an overall PB of 1.16 million. Mainly, I guess, a CTL player has won a a tier 1 community tournament. And that was in June 2025. Is that right? Did you win the community tournament tier 1 last month? Is that right? Oh my God. Also the winner of the silver bracket at Genesis this year against Hana in the finals. So the winner of Genesis silver. 118 for Jojo, 96,000 for Lucas. What is the kill screen on this one? Yeah, it's really not a single kill screen. It's just a slow death as you get to level 10 and level 11 and 12, and you know, it's really just kind of a slow death. All right, Lucas there with a little panic placement on the left side. He's set up for a Tetris and he's holding out for it. And there's a Tetris Jojo, 146 to 122 for Lucas. Jojo pushing down, Lucas not really pushing down. So that is going to be a factor when you hear these score, these score checks. Jojo ahead by 22 lines. How long are these kind of games? I mean, they'll transition into level 10 at 100 lines, and then it really depends on the player. So we'll see how it goes. I think these streams are going to be about as long as the regular streams. That's my guess. Jojo getting up pretty high, forced into a triple, has a good board, and was able to take advantage of that triple. And a long bar gets over Jojo. And another Tetris Jojo into level 10. So now the speed has increased. These are best of 7. Who knows? We might regret that. But you can see it is faster. And to you, the viewer, this seems like this is so easy. If you are playing in this event, I assure you, it is not easy. Dirty Tetris for Lucas. 14 lines to go until level 10 speed increase. Jojo now into level 11. And a Tetris for Jojo, 206. The value of a Tetris goes up 1,200 points every level increase. And that's pretty significant because these level 10 and 11 Tetrises, the value of Tetris is going up 10, 9% each time, which is pretty substantial. So being able to crank out a few Tetrises toward the end. Oh no, and that right side is blocked off. And I don't know what they're going to be able to do. This is going to be really tough. All right, they're going to get a bar over to clear this away. Long bar well open for a Tetris. And they're going to get the Tetris 225. And the survival and the down stacking. And Lucas now into level 10. You can see Jojo 30 lines ahead. So you can see pushing down really makes a big difference in just how many pieces ahead you can get. Jojo now into level 13. This is the same speed as level 15. So this speed is going to stay until level 16, which is the same as level 18 speed. Now Lucas, you can see rolling, Jojo tapping. All right, and Jojo very dependent here. Okay, the long bar goes into column 9. They're trying to uncover nice flat long bar burn. They're trying to access that dirty Tetris well, and a very lucky long bar. Jojo highly approves of that long bar. Lucas 189, Jojo 269. And I think this is the first time I have streamed either one of these players. So I love this event because there's just kind of new players to me that I haven't streamed before. So that is a very exciting part of this tournament for me. And Jojo just 5 lines away from level 16, and that is an absolutely brutal level. That is level 18 speed, 2 lines away. You can see they're just trying to bring this down to get anything. And we'll see what they're able to do. 294 Jojo, 199 for Lucas. Now, when we did no next box in... I think Jojo is maybe trying to set up for something, but I wonder if it really just doubles and singles are what to go for here. You can see the players are not doing any risky Tetris setups. That gives you an idea of what you're dealing with. And Lucas very dependent on a bar. And see, he didn't know the bar was coming. Oh, and he gambled on a bar coming to the right side, and he got it over. And wow, Jojo 325, 234. Lucas's stack is in trouble. And Lucas just trying to clear whatever lines he can. Jojo with 90,000 point lead, and Lucas is definitely not going to downstack this. So we'll see what he's able to eke out. And that is going to be a top out for Lucas, and Jojo is good in game number 1. If you want to mullen it out to 19, go right ahead. If you want a PB hunt, that is fine. All right, so Jojo going to take game number 1. Players, once you misdrop, it's over. I encourage all of you watching, if you've got a Tetris setup, try this mode. And if you think, oh, it's so easy, I could play this on 18, no problem. Do it. Do it. All right, players, when you're ready, let us know. Lucas, you keep... Yeah, it's the best thing to do is just to top out rather than use the force quit. There you go. Yeah, don't use the A-B select start. All right, players, when you're ready, just go back to the level select screen and we'll start again. All right, looks like I might regret making this a best of 7, but it's all right. I just don't want it to be too fast, really. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's get them started. Game number 2, Jojo up 1 game to none. Sebi says, when I get back home, I'm going to practice this mode. It seems fun. It's not. Anyway, 3, 2, 1 Tetris. There you go. So again, we are not using same piece sets because then players can sort of cheat off each other's papers. And also, I don't know that they would really, any records or PBs that were set during this would really count as no next box, because there's next box information on, next piece information on the other player's screen. So just to save us from that. Now, I think it is kind of interesting maybe to do same piece sets in this mode. I think there is some interest in that, but we decided not to do it this time. All right, Tetris for Lucas. He's got 2 on the board. Steele says this is best of 7. Masters is best of 5. That must mean this is more prestigious, indeed. Nature Wheatian, what's up? Blue Scooty's Grandpa, tier 1 sub, 17 months. Thank you. C-Dubs, tier 1, 51 months overall. Thank you very much, C-Dubs. Andrew Meep with the tier 1 sub, 17 months. Regina Phalange with the 12 months prime. Thank you, Regina. So we do have also Tap Masters running this month as well. We will have a bracket of that tomorrow, I believe. Let me check the times for you. Oh, Jojo with that little spire there of the Z piece. And now they are kind of all in on a couple of very specific pieces. This is very tough. Okay, that bar goes to the right, and there's a lot. There can be a situation where you are just gambling here by just automatically starting to move whatever piece you get one way or another. Oh no, that right side is going to be cut off for Jojo, and Lucas is good in game number 2, and we are tied up at a game apiece. Maitre Wheatian, thanks for the tier 1 sub, 34 months. Appreciate that. Yeah, the spires are really, really bad. If only there was some way on stream I could tell how many wins someone needs to take the match. Yeah, I was going to try to do a little indicator on here, but I didn't have time. I was really preparing at the last minute, so maybe I'll fix that later. All right, 3-2-1 Tetris here in game number 3. Lucas versus Jojo tied up at a game apiece. K-Taka with the prime sub, 8 months. Appreciate that. And these spires are really, really difficult to navigate your way out of because you just don't always have quite enough time to make a good informed decision as to which side of the spire to put a given piece. And a lot of times you'll just have to end up gambling. So really flat play and low flat play, non-spiry play is rewarded. It is best of 7 all the way through. That's right, Cole. And we'll see if that was a good idea. I don't know. I think these brackets are going to be, I think these broadcasts overall are going to be about the same time as Masters brackets, which I'm okay with. And, the winner of this tournament will be considered the No Next Box champion of the world. We're only going to do one No Next Box event every year. Each one of the modes that we do for Stupid Tetris Monthly, however many years we do this, it'll be the only one of that year. You will be considered the No Next Box World Champion. I am declaring it now. And I'm going to put a poll out to, our regular players as to what modes they want to see next. I have a few in mind, but I will put a poll out. And maybe what I will do is like the top 3 modes, I'll choose the one that I want to do of the top 3. How many modes have we got planned out already? 0. I have no idea what we're doing next month. I mean, I have definite ones I want to do. I want to do a drought tournament. All right, Lucas, 52,000, gets that long bar over to the left side. Good stack for both right now. Tetris for Lucas, 64,000, 45,000 for Jojo. Will there be an August STM? I'm not sure. I don't know. I think we're going to do about 8 times a year. So I think I'll just kind of wait and see if people actually turn out for this as viewers. And if they do, and if the prize pool gets supported, then we'll keep going. I don't know. Maybe there will be. I mean, it's really something I'm doing for me because I want to see it. The same reason I did Das Masters is just because I want to see Das Masters. So I don't know. There might be. I'll let you know within the next couple days. Tetris for Lucas, 81,000, 83,000 for Jojo. So we are pretty close in score, but again, Jojo seems to be pushing down more than Lucas does. And, you know, our the 2 years that we did do STM, those were just multi-mode, once a year kind of championships. So those did confer a Masters title on someone, but the way that it's going to work here in this new iteration is that these kind of earlier preliminary events, single mode events, will feed into a multi-mode annual championship that'll happen in the summer. And that championship will confer a Masters title on someone. But it's going to be many modes, including no next box and speed runs and drought hack and home run derby, possibly. I do want to do home run derby. Tetris Jojo 115, 110 for Lucas. Home run derby mode would basically... Now the problem is I have to do stuff that are on Tetris Gym or something that can be done with like Game Genie codes. This is the toughest part, is people have so many different ways that they are playing Tetris. And so it kind of puts a limit on what we can do, but I would love to do home run derby with something like, you know, 3 times the long bars and then starting faster Masters style and only Tetris's count. So basically, you know, 200 lines to get as many Tetrises on, you know, level 19 and 29 speed. And, you know, Tetrises all count the same. I would love to do that, but how do we do that? 131 for Jojo. Good flat stack, though. Getting up a little bit high, takes a skim. All right, Lucas gonna take a couple of burns here. And you can see, you know, players are waiting, you know, 4, 5, 6 rows before they're actually able to make that decision and that commitment as to where to put the piece. All right, Jojo just 2 lines away from that level 10 speed increase, and it's gonna hit, and they're gonna need a bar to get over here because they don't have a lot of burns here. Okay, opens up that right side, nice flat T-burn. And a long bar gets over for the Tetris. Jojo approves 163. 165 for Lucas, who's still 15 lines away from that level 10 speed increase. Izo Breen says, I'm sure someone ROM hacking could do it. Yes, but the problem is, how do players play it? Some people only have Tetris Gym. Not everyone has EverDrives. So it's kind of tough to do these modes. So I'm trying to concentrate early on modes that can be done without anything beyond Tetris Gym. And we may just have to stay that way, honestly, but... All right, Tetris or Jojo, 185, 178 for Lucas. Jojo into level 12 now. Level 13 will be another speed increase, and that will be the same as level 15. All right, Jojo bringing this down. Yeah, I love the idea of home run derby. You know, basically think of the faster Masters format, but only Tetrises count and they count equally. And you get like 3 times the long bars. All right, we are tied in score, but Jojo is ahead by like 25 lines. Tetris for Jojo, 225. Yeah, I don't know. That's the problem, Cole. I don't know how to do it, but I want to do it. And, you know, we might not be 32 players every single month. We might not be doing futures every month. I mean, we didn't even fill out a futures bracket for this one, and I don't blame people. It's a pretty grueling mode. All right, Jojo trying to get creative here. Opens up that. Oh, a great long bar for the middle for Jojo. 254. Lucas with a nice adjustment to make a tuck for that square. And you can see how impressed he is for having seen that. Oh, nice couple of pieces here for Jojo. See if they're going to set up. No, they're just going to take the triple. Not setting up for any cheeky Tetrises. Yeah, there's a lot of guessing in this. There's a lot of gambling and just getting lucky. Lucas is set up for a Tetris on 13. And back by 30 lines. Jojo into level 16, which is the same speed as level 18. Ao Pidgeotto with the tier 1 sub, 50 months. Thank you, Ao Pidgeotto. Appreciate that. All right, Lucas trying to find a long bar is now into level 14 and appears to be just kind of going all in on this long bar. But even that long bar is not going to be enough. So there's a Tetris 272, 4,000 back of Jojo. And where is Lucas going to get these extra points at this height, at this speed? And the answer is nowhere, and Jojo is going to outlast Lucas, just eking out points on level 18 speed. So Jojo, you are up 2 games to 1. Jojo can't believe it. Are we still doing Mega Dasters? Yes, we will do Mega Dasters. All right, GG's Jojo. Jojo GG's. GG Jojo. All right, players, when you're ready, we'll go back to the level select screen. All right, players, we will go ahead and begin. Three, two, one, Tetris game number 4. Maybe we should have done best of 5. Maybe we should have done best of 5. Can I change the rules? Not in the middle of a match, but it's been a long time since I thought about no next box. We might have to do it. Or we could do level 12 in the later rounds. Shadow Knight says, please, best of 5. We might have to do it. "15 starts says Ninja of Ninjas. That's what we did when it was more of a meme mode in the original Stupid Tetris Monthly. We did it on level 15. Tetris for Jojo. All right, there's the Tetris Jojo, 39,000. Lucas, 26. Well, don't put too much, into the stupid of this part of the stupid Tetris Monthly name. These are intended to be real displays and challenges of Tetris skills. If you want to think of it as skillful Tetris Monthly, that you can think of it that way. Tetris Jojo, 65,000, 50,000 for Lucas, who is just on the Jonas school of Tetris, not pushing down, taking all the time he needs, but so far not working out. All right, Tetris, Lucas, 75,000. Jojo taking a skim. And there's the Tetris for Jojo, 91,000. Subway Surfers, level 9 is too slow. That's the thing. This may not be the best experience as a viewer. But I assure you, if you play it, it's really hard. Speaking of Jonas, are you going to Jonas Cup? Possibly. I still need Vandy to commentate a ninja match. If I go, I probably am not doing comms, but I would just go as a fan. All right, Lucas using that long bar to get set up in column 9. Jojo ahead by 14 lines and ahead by 7,000 points. Why is Meme in your bracket? We know you don't want to play Bendy, so just trying to get you an early exit. On the other hand, we only have 2 matches per stream, so maybe it's not the worst. All right, Tetris for Lucas, 137, 159 for Jojo. Yeah, we could do we could do one level higher or something in the top 16. That's possible. I think players are better than I thought they would be. All right, Tetris, Jojo 181. Well, we could go level 10 starts in round 2. We could go up 1 level every round. But we won't start that. If we do that, we won't start it now. You can't change it in the middle of a thing, but it's quite possible. Level 10, level 11 for round 3. All right, 209. Jojo ahead by 25 lines and ahead by about 50,000 or 45,000. Tetris Lucas, you can see now that Jojo is into level 10. The concentration face, the lean in. All right, I'm going to refresh one of our... Okay, it's fine. All right, 252 for Jojo into 11. It is behind. That's fine. I mean, it's behind on our screen, so... We would like to capture all the gameplay, you know. Jojo's qualifier was an average of 299. The high score was 311. And they've already exceeded that, I think, in what, game 1? So there's nothing better than playing better than your qualifier. Like, that just feels good. All right, nice piece for the middle. Looking for a 2-deep piece here. And Ellery J gets it. Trying to hang on. Oh, what a beautiful J piece. And now the pace has quickened, and Jojo is all in on a bar. There's one. Oh, no. Does the Jojo going to do that tuck a little early? They're going to try to eke out one more Tetris, but has to block the right side. And we'll see what points Jojo can eke out here. That's going to be a top out at 318. I don't know how far behind Lucas is because there was a stream little hiccup here. But 319 is the chase down. Lucas going to have to do this on 11 and 12. Bacon says, make the executive decision and force the best of 5 change next match. I'm really thinking about it, Bacon. I really am. All right, so you can see Lucas here on level 11, 266. Chase down target, 319. He's going for like column 8. Oh, beautiful T-piece. It's going to get him set up, and he's gambling a little bit on a long bar coming. Oh, nice flick of the Z to the left. 282. All right, we might have to do it. If Lucas ties this up, I think I might have to do it because it is pretty... These games are pretty long. 301, so really Lucas in singling mode, chase down mode, has plenty of time with a good clean stack. 319, that is the target. Yeah, I think if we were going to do level 12 starts like I was doing, best of 7 would be fine. All right, so Lucas trying to do this with one piece. And a Tetris goes in, 324, and Lucas is going to do it. I think we might have to do this. Lucas, are you okay with best of 5? You are tied up now. Because I think we're going to change the rules. It's a little slow. Lucas, what do you think? Let me refresh Lucas, by the way. Best of 7 is 2. All right, best of 5 is what it is. We're going to do best of 5. The rest of the tournament is best of 5. I have declared. Okay? Best of 5 declared. This is a decider, guys. And you'd think I'd have a stupid decider, but I didn't make one because I didn't give myself enough time. So we're just going to put it upside down, I guess. What was once a best of 7, now a best of 5. This is it. Decider time. It's a best of 5. Lucas and Jojo, let us get them started in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Decider jump scare indeed. Yeah, best of 7 is too long. You know, I made a last moment decision to make it level 9 instead of level 12. And I really didn't think too much, and I should have made it best of 5 as a result. So that is what we're going to do. Best of 5 declared. I got to admit that decider being upside down is very discombobulating. Bacon has an idea. Oh, you don't need a gym? Yeah, I don't want to do that. All right, there it is. It is decider time. It is now a best of 5. All right, because I can already see the players is getting tired. Like, geez, I mean, no next box is very tiring. It is very mentally draining. But Jojo is actually set up in column 7, and this is kind of different than how we've seen them stacking before. Typically, Jojo going for, normal right well strats, and this can be alluring because you think, oh, I don't have to go over as far to make a decision. But on the other hand, you do have to maintain 2 stacks without a next box, and you have to be very careful not to let them spire a bit. So interesting decision here from Jojo. Perfect pieces right there. Flat long bar burn from Lucas. Jojo uncovers the well, column 7. Now, of course, as soon as whatever player doesn't win this game is going to say, "Can we go back to best of 7? I got cheated." But no, you both agreed. You both were enthusiastic, and that's what we're going to do. All right, so Lucas really in a situation. All right, gets that long bar over to the left, another one to the right. And now seems to be on a path to downstacking this. Best of 7 was pretty nasty, I agree. And a Tetris for Jojo into column 7. $59,000 for Lucas, $78,000 for Jojo. Jojo going to transfer back to that column 10 well, and I think they kind of got the sense that maintaining 2 stacks with no next box might not be the best. All right, Jojo, okay, has a couple of has a burn there set up for a double. All right, Tetris, Jojo. Was it Jojo? No, it was Lucas. I think it's frying my brain too. 94,000 Jojo, 74,000 for Lucas. Yeah, Lucas Eusen. I've never pronounced the second half of your name, Lucas, in chat. Chat, Lucas. Why is there a decider, Cole? We decided to make it best of 5. We just decided that best of 7 was too grueling. Players were ready to quit Tetris entirely. So for the rest of the tournament, we're going to be doing it best of 5. And as soon as we made it best of 5, viewership went up by 10%. You think top 16 should be same piece sets? I don't think so. I think SPS is good if you're in person. But even then, I don't know, giving away droughts and long bars, and I don't know, it's tough. What's up, Jesus the Frog? How's it going? By the way, I wanted to thank SQR kicking in $25 into the prize pool. That got us up to 4709. And Rogue Potato with the 1, 2, 3, 4 says STM duh clown face. So thank you, Rogue Potato. Colin also in there with the $4. SQR is a former no Nextbox world record holder. Now remember, the winner of this is going to play against Shqdw. Who is very pleased that we're making it best of 5. And you know, this game is really following the same script as nearly all the previous games between these two, where Jojo, you know, out in front lines wise and a little bit score wise, kind of lagging on pace a bit. But pretty much we've seen that kind of situation has worked out for Jojo a bit. Every time I TYOW. What the heck? We'll do that. We'll do that next month. All right, S flat here for Jojo is going to allow them to get set up. Long bar over Tetris Jojo 184. Now, it really should be no next piece, but the way this category was named in the early days was no next box, but the box is there. It's just the piece isn't. The box doesn't go away. The piece doesn't. So Jojo now really needs a long bar to the left. It'll only clear a double. All right, there's a nice double. Knocking the stack back down. A nice double again for Jojo 189. 169 for Lucas. Jojo level 12. Long bar goes in. That's going to be a double, but it brings the stack down and kind of gets them out of being so up high on the left. Jojo scrambling a little bit. Good adjusts. Long bar to the right. Lucas's stack starting to climb with a sort of a covered right and a covered left. Oh no, a misdrop there of the J piece for Lucas. Oh no, that left side for Lucas is gonna be really difficult to deal with. And I don't know how he's gonna downstack, and he's not gonna win. Lucas is gonna be out. Anyway, just kidding. We're gonna do best of 7. No, I'm just kidding. So Jojo is gonna take game number 5 and win this one in an impromptu decider. Without the piece, does the box have a purpose? Does the thing itself have an identity, or does the piece imbue it with one? Well, this is kind of like an Aristotelian question, right? If the known Xbox isn't able even to perform its function, does it even have its identity? Right? Is it able to achieve eudaimonia? It's just a box. So 229 here for Jojo. GG's to you, Lucas. I hope to see you in future Stupid Tetris monthlies. And apologies for the kind of changing up the rules at the last moment, but best of 7 was just grueling in this format. So again, hope to see you again. And it was really great to have you in a CTM event, really. And I've never streamed Lucas before, and Lucas has not been on cam in our events, I don't think anywhere, but now we know who Lucas is. So anyway, Jojo, congratulations. Maybe go ice those hands up, but not too long, because you're going to be playing against Shqdw. All right, good game. Look, you shouldn't have taken it. It is really tiring. You are so right. All right, Jojo, you can take a moment if you need it before we run the next one. I know it's kind of a tiring mode, so if you need to take a moment or two, please feel free to do that. We're going to load up our next player. And that is going to be Shqdw. Let me go ahead and refresh Shqdw. Seed number 13. All right, Shqdw, are you streaming on this, or wait, you're on a, aren't you, don't you have an alt, right? You have an alt. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Let me fix that. I forgot about that. It's been a couple of months, right? You skipped last month, so I think I forgot. Can Shqdw, I agree to level 12. Oh my God, we're just changing the rules like crazy. No. No, says Shqdw. Shqdw says no. What's up, Evesy? Yeah, I decided against level 12. Level 9 really seemed to be the sweet spot. Jojo wants Shqdw to push down a bit. Listen, you do not get to tell anyone how to play. But yeah, both players do want to. They are past their times. All right, players. Well, go ahead and get back to your level select screen. It is round 2. And once you are ready, it is going to be level 9. And as soon as you are ready, I will start the countdown. All right, both players are ready. It is round 2, Jojo versus Shqdw. The winner moves to the top 16 to face Blue Shqdw in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. And we are now, if you haven't gotten the message, we are now best of 5, best of 7. You could already tell was going to be an utter disaster. So we decided to scrap level best of 7. It made sense when we were doing a level 12 starts. You should put the play style instead of rank in the info bio. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of things I wanted to do instead of that, but I only worked on this. I got this all ready in a couple hours because I didn't do anything the last couple days. I had some personal stuff I had to do. All right, we are underway, and on the left side of your screen, it is Shqdw, seed number 13. Wait, what happened? You had the next box on. All right, we're gonna have to restart that. We have to restart. Restart. Chat. All right, let's just restart, please. Bruh, this is gonna happen a lot. All right, as soon as we get it ready for both players, we will begin for real game number 1. If they forget, automatic points. All right, looks like both players are ready. Classic Tetris Monthly is now stupid. No next box, 3-2-1 Tetris. No next box championship between Jojo and now Jojo's screen isn't showing. Jojo, your screen is not showing. Yeah, I didn't even notice. I didn't notice. Jojo, your capture is not. All right, so you both lose a point. All right, we'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. Should we? No, let's just start. Let's just start over. It's too confusing. We're gonna start over one more time. It's too confusing. It's too confusing. I can't 100%. No, we're just gonna start over. Start over. I quit, guys. I quit. I'm leaving Tetris, and it's all Jojo's fault. Blame Jojo. Hashtag. All right, we're really going to start for real. For real. Tyler runs CTM. No, I'm deleting everything. It's all getting deleted. All right. Both players are ready for Stupid Tetris Monthly. No next box, round 2 of the blue bracket. Shqdw versus Jojo, 3-2-1 Tetris. And this is really going to happen for real. For real, for real. No cap, on God. I'm refreshing this stream and it's gonna come and turn on and it's gonna be fine. And it's perfect. And it's great. All right. We are good. We are beginning. It's happening for real. No cap, on God. As the kids say. On the left side of your screen, it is Shqdw. Shqdw qualified into seed number 13 with a 373,000 average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. Shqdw has an overall PB of 1.44 million, though. Has been in the Masters event 3 times, played in Mega Masters this year as well. Let me refresh this other stream. Okay. Shqdw is the winner of a community tournament tier 1 in May of 2023, a tier 3 in March of 2024, played in CTWC gold bracket this year, and also played in silver in 2023. You may have seen Shqdw at the Boston Regional this year, the Philly Regional this year, and last. So there is Shqdw with the Cincinnati Bearcats shirt. And on the right side of your screen, Jojo, seed number 29, with a 299 average of their best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. Both players from the USA. Jojo seems primarily a CTL player, has played a few seasons of that. Also the winner of the community tournament tier 1 last month, and also the winner of the Genesis X2 silver bracket. That was the open tournament, the silver bracket version of it, at the Genesis event this year, and defeated Hana in the finals. 89,000 for Shadow, 79,000 for Jojo. Dan V is punching the air right now. Let me tell you something. Dan V doesn't touch early rounds of Stupid Tetris Monthly. There's no way he's going to make edited versions of this. I guarantee you he's just going to make top 16 of both events. I mean, Dan V is so underpaid for what he does. He does such a great job. I mean, I make changes to the stream. I don't even consult with him. I don't tell him. And somehow he just tracks everything down and makes the edited versions look great. Like, Dan V is really just amazing. And I wish I could pay him what he's worth. 108 for Jojo, 139 for Shqdw. Both players pushing down. How did Ben Mullen even get a 300K with DAS? It seems so hard. Now, I will say, I don't know when. It's not recorded. It was somewhere in 2020. I do have a 400K with DAS and a few 300Ks, but it was just barely like a 400K with DAS. It was like 408 or something like that. But of course, this was years after Ben Mullen, right? So we don't really know who like has the DAS world record. We pretty much know who has the tap and the rolling record. I mean, dog with the recorded record, and if record means anything, it means recorded. So he's got the record. Gerald has the highest legitimate, or at least, whatever, credible claim with a 611. I mean, I believe it, but there's no recording of it. And in today's day and age, you've gotta have a recording for it to be the record. 150 for Jojo, 166 for Shqdw. $178 for Shqdw. And I got my 400K before I knew it was hard. Like, there's something about not knowing something is difficult that kind of insulates you from, the reality of what you're doing. And I only got it one time. 152 for Jojo, 190 for Shqdw. But that's just my claim. I have no recording of me getting the 400, but I know I got it. I just don't know when. 190 for Shqdw with kind of a high board here. Opens up that right side. You believe me? I'm not asking you to believe me. You don't have to. But I'm telling you the truth, but you don't have to believe me. And I did it without save states. Imagine that. 216 for Shqdw, 178 for Jojo. Captain is here in chat. Tony Day, Kafka's Cat, Navy Wolf, Evesy, Maitre Huitien. Everybody hanging out. Ninja of Ninjas, Bacon, Arbaro. Looks like we had another contribution to the prize pool from Whoops, $5. Thank you, Whoops. Appreciate that. We're 26 contribution codes remaining. Shqdw getting up pretty high centered. Gets a long bar over to the left, but now needs T's or Z's. All right, well, it's going to find something for that left side. Opens up the right side again. Long bar over, Tetris Shqdw 232. $221, Jojo, level 11. Now remember, a level 11 is actually level 12 in terms of the scoring of the game. So Tetrises here are worth 14,400. Right? Level 12 times 1,200 for a Tetris. So right now, it's Shqdw ahead by one Tetris. Ava the Mac is me one says, I got 700K with my toes. Believe me on this one, trust. All right. All right, Arbaro redeeming a code. Thank you, Arbaro. 229, Jojo, 266 for Shadow. And I do got to say, in this format, being able to get a higher seed is definitely an advantage because you don't have to play that tiring first game in the preliminaries. All right, Jojo setting up some sort of delayed burn here. Shadow's board pretty high, and it's kind of all in on something. And no, that this is going to be a top out from Shadow at 267. The chase down target for Jojo is 268. Captain, we're doing one mode a month, right? No next box is like all year round now. I mean, sorry, Stupid Tetris Monthly is all year round now, so we're concentrating on one mode in a given month, and it will all lead into an annual summer championship where all the high finishers in the tournaments year round will get an automatic entry into the multi-mode championship. Is this line out? No, I mean, it's no next box. All right, so yeah, Jojo still trying to close this out for game one. So this month is only one mode. That is it. No next box is the mode. And that's it. So Jojo is good in game number one of this round two match. No next box, DAS Masters, and regular CTM. No. No STM. Stupid Tetris Monthly is the name of the tournament, and it's a rotating one single variant every single month. All right, players, when you are ready, we can start game number two. All right, players are ready for game number two. Jojo up 1-0 over Shadow. Let's get that game two started. Remember, players do not have the next piece showing. They cannot see the next piece, and it is very difficult. All right, Jojo, you can start. I don't know. We don't do verbal countdowns. We just do chat countdowns. So Jojo's stream might be a little behind, actually. So let me refresh Jojo's stream here. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Okay, perfect. We're good. So Jojo with the chase down in game number one, up 1-0 in this best of 5. And I'll tell you one thing, making this best of 5 is my favorite decision I've made all year. Fancy Mimi listening to the music. 13,000 here for Shadow. All right, Jojo's set up in column 7, 3 rows off the bottom, gets a long bar in for the Tetris. And a couple more pieces here is set up again. The winner of this match will make it into the top 16 to play against Blue Shqdw. All right, Jojo trying to work out these delayed burns here, but just getting S's and Z's, which are so hard to place. Vandy, do you know if there have been any prize pool contributions lately? Well, I certainly hope Arbaro hasn't contributed to the prize pool. I'm just so sick of reading that guy's. Oh, wow. Arbaro, thank you for contributing to the prize pool. $10. Really appreciate that. The message says, join Tetris for the non-pros at tnp.tetris.lol. So thank you, Arbaro, for the contribution to the stream. Jojo's board getting dangerously high. Still dealable with, but this is kind of a survival situation. And they're starting to bring this down. Yeah, Tetris for the non-pros is a good. From what I hear, it's good. I've actually never taken part. Oh no, Jojo with that T placement. We'll see if that is going to be fatal. Oh, a beautiful L piece and a beautiful Z piece to bring this down, or to at least to give Jojo a shot. And the T spin. Great. Yeah, just get the pieces, says Mari. All you got to do is get the pieces. Look at these pieces. Jojo's like, yeah, I know I got bailed there very hard, like 12 times. Now Jojo just needs that one last long bar. Has some skims, and there's the bar to sort of bring this back down. 55,000 for Jojo. There's another Tetris with 67,000. 116 for Shadow. Doc Pie, by the way, with the Prime resub. I missed that earlier. Thank you, Doc Pie. Doc Pie, I think, is what? Seed. What are you, 30? You're in this. Yeah, Doc Pie, seed 32. Very unlucky of you, Doc Pie, to get into this tournament. Very, very unlucky. But it's a play-in for the annual Stupid Championship. Very unlucky to get in. It's much better if you don't play no next box. Jojo trying to get set up here for some kind of column 3 Tetris. But that might have been an over-aggressive decision, and those J pieces to the left, or that one J piece to the left, this is a real problem. This is a survival situation for sure. And Jojo going to top out 74,000. Shadow, you are good in game number 1. You've tied it up. Is there a stupid trophy? There's a virtual trophy. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's get them counted down. Jojo and Shadow, what was once a best of 5, now a best of 3. They are tied at 1 game apiece. I don't know why Vanny keeps saying no Xbox, kind of like how he rambles about Shqdw Tetris. I don't know what you're referring to in either case, Kafka's Cats. I don't understand it at all. All right, these players are tied at a game apiece. It is game 3. The winner of this does move on to the top 16. I mean, maybe the prize is like not moving on to round 2 or round 3. That might be what people are hoping for. Like, please, God, don't make me play another round of this. But this is a play-in to an annual championship. Well, Yeah, Bacon says, congrats, Vandy made a tournament that people don't want to play in. I mean, it's the first time, really. I've got a good track record until this month. But, yeah. You know what and the other mistake that I made was not making Tap Masters multiple tiers, but making this multiple tiers. So Jojo's left side is a real problem, and that long bar was not going to snake in there. I think they misjudged what was going to, if a bar was capable of fitting in there. This could be just fatigue. Oh, and that right side is cut off for Jojo, and Shqdw takes game number 3 and goes up 2-1. Jojo says, yeah, I am genuinely fatigued. If you need to take a moment, you can. If you need to ice up those forearms, you're tapping. Fractal seems to have enjoyed no next box based on his stream. Well, Fractal is just so happy to be alive. He loves everything. I mean, Fractal could have like a rock in his shoe and be like, oh my God, this is the best rock I've ever had in my shoe. I'm leaving it in there. All right, looks like both players are ready for game number 4. Shqdw up 2-1. No next box is fun if you're doing well. Otherwise, it is suffer. Yeah, for real. All right, game 4 is underway. Remember, these players do not get the same piece set, so they cannot cheat off each other's tests. I mean, the one thing I like about this mode is it really is like the only... So like NES Tetris, the actual just vanilla NES Tetris game is pretty bare bones. Like there's A-type, there's B-type, and then there's, level, select. And that's it. Like that's all you can really do. Except No Next Box is the only other game variant that shipped with the game. That is it. And yet there's just almost no history, and the world records are very there's just not a deep world record history of that mode or competitions or anything like that. We will do a B-type competition in Stupid Tetris Monthly for sure. I got to figure out the parameters, but Bacon says the players are suffering and the viewing is like it's too slow. I know. Players hate it and the viewers hate it too. I mean, ta-da. Bacon says it's a hard watch. I disagree. I mean, I think it's fascinating if you try the mode. If you just try it and you realize how hard it is. And yeah, when the players are stacking well, it's like, this is so boring. But then as soon as they mess up once or get a spire, you're like, oh, all right. I see how hard this is. I think we might, so Tap Masters, I think we might do 2 or 3 times a year. Definitely 2. I could see it happening 3 times a year. $101 for Jojo, $85,000 for Shqdw. Can you qual for Tap Masters with Das? Yes. I think the next time we might do it is in... I'm not 100% on board with doing another No Cap November. Because I think we've already pretty much... We've broken all the ground we're going to break in that tournament. I don't know. But I could see doing a 64 player version of Tap Masters, like, and just call it No Slap November. Because you can't slap the controller from the bottom. I'm really not 100% sold on doing No Cap November ever again. 141 for Jojo, 135 for Shqdw, and just a couple lines apart, so they are pretty close in score and lines. Like, how could anything top last November finals? That's what I'm saying. On the other hand, we'll never have another moment like that ever again if we don't do it. No tap November and it's just das and roll. It's possible we might just do no cap November and maybe make it a tighter field, maybe just 16 players, something like that. All right, 180 for Jojo, 183 for Shqdw. So we're super close in lines and score. There's another Tetris Jojo. Again, Tetris is here worth 12,000 points. Tetris Jojo 221, 211 Shqdw. So Jojo ahead by 10,000 points, ahead by 9 lines. All right, Shqdw's board getting up pretty high here. At some point, he's gonna have to find a way to take some burns. Does take a triple. There's a Tetris Jojo, 254, up by 14,000 points, and that lead pretty important with Shqdw's board up pretty high. But Shqdw will get a Tetris to bring this down. We're into level 11 now. Tetris for Shqdw, 270 now in the lead. Tetris is here worth 14,400. All right, Jojo is trying to do some kind of spin to get that tuck accomplished, but didn't quite happen. All right, Tetris Jojo 274, back by 12,000 points, ahead by 7 lines. Both players on level 12. Jojo's back into the lead by 3,000 and just going to take a triple. Not going to risk trying to set up for a risky Tetris, but now line dependent in column 4. Okay, there's a nice J to fill that in. And we'll see if they're gonna just try to... Okay, now it's set up for a Tetris in column 4 if the bar comes in. But how long can you wait? And there is a Tetris down the middle. Jojo back into the lead by 8,000 points. There's a Tetris of Shqdw who is back in the lead. So, you know, once you get to that 16 speed, it becomes very hard to get Tetrises. Shqdw ahead by 8,000 points. And Jojo is going for another Tetris in column 3. And there's a Tetris into column 3. They're back by like 7,000 points. And they are going for another Tetris. And this is a real gamble. Shqdw is set up very like for an easy Tetris with some burns here. Jojo with an ill-timed bar. And the Tetris goes in for Jojo. Jojo back into the lead at 358. But now Shqdw back in the lead, 366. And Shqdw still, all right, another Tetris for Shqdw, 385. Shqdw is set up again. Jojo on level 16. Now Shqdw ahead by 20,000 points. That's about one Tetris. And this is level 18 speed, everybody. And Jojo trying to downstack this and maybe just rip off a couple more Tetrises before 19 hits, which is really like I mean, there's really nothing you can do on 19. And this is going to be really hard for Jojo. 369. And we'll see if they're going to be able to get anything else. And no, it's going to be Jojo. Is that a PB though? I think that's a no next box PB for Jojo. But Shqdw is going to take this match 3 games to 1. You have a mid 400 unrecorded. Got it. Well, Shqdw, you have moved on. You have defeated the very tired Jojo. I got to admit, I see someone tapping in this mode, and I just want to end the whole tournament immediately. And you did do way better than your qual, so you're happy. Good. Yeah, you're free. Also, you never have to play this again. You're done. You never have to play. Jojo, if you had to see another stupid Tetris monthly mode, what would you want it to be? Just curious. Shqdw, congratulations to you. All right, you've made a great impact. Jojo, what would you want to see as a stupid Tetris monthly mode? I'll put it in the pot there. Shqdw 3 to 1 monthly Tetris. Is this a combined no next box score world record? I don't think so. Add bar count so we can RNG blame. I'll think about it. I might add bar count. Level 29 super kill screen pace battle. All right, I'll think about it. I'll put it on the list. Well, that is going to do it. Shqdw is your winner. Shqdw will be moving on. A valiant effort from Jojo in the second round. A great decider in the first round. Shqdw's moving on and will be facing Blue Shqdw in the top 16. Let us show you. What are we going to show you? I don't know what we're going to show you. Hold on. All right, we're going to show you the top 16. There it is. 4 and 13. Shqdw is through. Tomorrow, what are we going to do? Tomorrow, we've got at least two tomorrow. Oh, we have 3. Oh, God. We have 3 streams for you tomorrow. 5 total matches. I don't have a schedule slide for you to look at, but tomorrow at 2 p.m. U.S. time, Tap Masters kicks off. It's going to be Somalia versus Chroma, winner versus Eric ICX. So if you want to see the return of Eric ICX, they'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. in the afternoon to take on the winner of Somalian and Chroma. And then at 6 p.m., so that's at 2 p.m. Texas time, right? Which is 19 UTC. And then tomorrow, another Tap Masters. It's going to be just a solo match from Yellow. That's going to be Bendy versus Evesy. That's at 6 p.m. Texas time, which is 2300 UTC. Bendy versus Evesy, round one match out of Yellow. And then immediately following that, it's going to be Stupid Tetris Monthly Red, round one, round two. Very intriguing here with Steel CE, who you might know better from chat rather than actually playing on this stream. But Steel CE versus Mari, the winner of the 2024 Taco Bracket. And the winner of that will take on Ella, aka E-Flat7, who is the back-to-back finalists, like second place player in our 2020 and 2021 Stupid Tetris Monthly Championships. So Ella will be back to try to make her way into the finals of these Stupid Monthlies. So, yeah, that's going to be pretty exciting tomorrow. 3 streams, 2 Tap Masters, 1 Stupid Masters. It all begins at 19 UTC. All right, thanks again to all our players. Thanks again to the contributors to the prize pool. Arbaro Whoops, SQR with a $25 contribution. Rogue Potato with the $12.34. Colin with the $4 as well. So thank you for your contribution. We have 24 claim codes left. And again, just to give you the No Next Box world record history progression, the world record, which we didn't even really get close to, you know, most of these scores in this stream. World record is 558 from Dog, set this month. First player to do it with rolling. And Jerpy is in this tournament. Ella, E-Flat is in this tournament. Hydrant Dude is in this tournament. So at least a few of these players will be in this tournament. So pretty excited to see that. Thank you to our patrons. I don't have you all on this screen right yet because I haven't really finished setting up for the month. I'm going to have to do it. I have to stay up pretty late tonight and do that, but let's go. Thanks to everybody in the screen. Thanks to everybody in the last week or so who's signed up. We've had quite a few. And also big thanks to Scott Gray, Jay in the Window, K9 Tacky, Corporal, Shelby, Troy, Dan, Kim, M, Rogue, Potato, Calcut, and Mila. Okay. Oh, we also have the credits stream? I forgot about that. There it is. Thanks for the follow. Last one out. Twitch subs, Regina Phalange, Andrew Meep, C-Dubs, Blue Scooty's Grandpa, Matro, Wetian, K-Taco, Ayo Pidgeotto, and Doc Pie. Thank you very much for that. Thanks to everybody on YouTube who hung out. Lori, Mr. Brain, Steel. Hello, YouTube. Josh, C. All the stars are here. All right, YouTube, we're going to get ready, y'all. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. And Twitch, thank you for